Let's do this, motherfuckers! Yeah, I'm back. Maybe a little bit late today with this actually coming out, but that's fine. Yeah. Sorry about the last couple of days, but yeah, I didn't sleep very well at all, and I still woke up way too early today, but I'm feeling better overall. Even maybe it's just adjusting to less sleep. I don't know. But yeah, I'm feeling good enough to record, and I'm just feeling decent in general. So let's get to it. I've also gone ahead and changed my setup. So my microphone is now in front of me and a little bit above me. It's much nicer. I've moved everything. I feel like I have so much room. The monitor's a bit farther away, but it's like a good distance, not a bad thing. Yeah, everything is just like I can stretch out and not hit my monitors. It's amazing. I don't know why I waited so long to do this. But yeah, everything's going great. So we have 2 episodes to watch today. Episodes 7 and 8 of Star vs. the Force of Evil Season 4. And let's see. Previously, we had somebody trying to assassinate Eclipsa. We had some interesting stuff with River and Moon and their new neighbors. We had some Ponyhead shenanigans that weren't really great. But the Eclipsa stuff was. And then we had Star just failing at diplomacy because she doesn't know history. But also lying to Eclipsa, and the implications of what that might happen there are not great. So yeah, fun stuff. Last time. What about this time? Okay, so we have... Ooh, episode 8's a full half-hour long one. I'm trying to avoid looking at the descriptions. Okay, so we have Out of Business. I don't know what that could be. Oh, maybe Quest Buy is going out of business. That's like the only business that we actually know, right? Or maybe Reflecticor? I guess we also know Reflecticor. I don't know. But I guess somebody is going to be going out of business, and that's probably not going to be great. Then we have Kelly's World, which is like awesome in terms of a promise for an episode. I really like Kelly. Kelly's awesome. So, yeah. I can't wait to see what that's all about. And then we have Curse of the Blood Moon. So, yeah, the Blood Moon Ball with Star and Marco was a big deal. It's kind of remained a big deal. And we also just had the episode with Tom and his relationship with Star becoming a bit rocky. So, yeah. Sounds like it'll be exciting. So, yeah, let's get to it. Let's watch. Starting in 3, 2, 1. No, motorcycles are pretty cool, but if they can't make them quiet, they shouldn't make them. Alright, so that was a pair of episodes. Yeah, okay, so the first one, pretty much exactly what I thought it would be. Quest Buy's going out of business. Except for the ending and, like, the entire actual premise. So yeah, the going out of business sale was just an excuse for us to go back to Quest Buy for the literal last time of the series. Which is a nice bit of, like, not quite lampshade hanging, but just like just a cool little thing that they did. And yeah, I like this premise of like this very tempting room that's just like you can have anything that you want, but you know, you'll drive yourself fucking nuts because of that. I mean, it makes sense. That's the only way a place like Quest Buy could actually stock itself. Otherwise, they'd be forced to rely on various, you know, actual magical production stuff, and like probably isn't a very good way of doing that in terms of, you know, making money and also just staying in stock. Because, like, those magical supply lines could be interrupted at any time. If you just have a room that makes anything anyone wants, and all your employees are people who just have, like, no personal desires and no imagination or whatever at all, then of course they can easily go in there and be like, all right, I want this thing so that I can give it to this customer, and then they can just grab it and leave. That's like a pretty cool system. I kind of want to stick around on that concept and like speculate, like, man, what would I get from Quest Buy? But like, what's the point? The entire emphasis of the episode was kind of just like, yeah, you know, the mindless desire to accumulate stuff like that is going to destroy you as a person. It's like a very good metaphor for greed and whatnot. And just like, yeah, I don't feel like that's a good idea. I still kind of want to do it because it would be fun, but for right now, we're going to move past that. And we're going to skip over to Kelly's world, which, honestly, that seems like such a fun world to visit. No money, everything is paid for or, you know, gotten or achieved by fighting for it. Like, it's no wonder that their world is, you know, very simple looking overall. It doesn't seem like it's super complicated, but yeah, it's just it just seems like a really fun idea for a world and just a place that would be very fun to visit. I probably would not last long there. I do not have super fighting skills, and like I've never even actually been in a fight, and yeah, I'm not that physically impressive. So, yeah. I barely even qualify as tall. Like, sometimes I think I'm tall, and then I'm actually walking around and I see somebody that's like almost 7 feet, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So yeah, I'm not physically impressive enough to coast by on that either. Maybe I could be intimidating to the people. I don't fucking know. But, like, yeah, it still seems like a fun place to visit. My uncle bought a yacht and he's still in the hospital. That's great. Also, you know, I really like how those episodes kind of pair up now that I think about it. Because, like, in terms of both in a way demonstrating, like, the idea of don't be greedy, otherwise you'll destroy yourself. Like, the first one is, you know, that, like, that the first episode has that as its central premise, and the second one has that more of, like, as an ancillary world building type thing. Did I use that word right? Ancillary? Let me see if I can actually even spell it. Ancillary. There we go. Providing necessary support to the primary activities or operation of an organization, institution, administrative system. Nice. Okay. Yeah. I kind of used it right. But yes, it's just a part of the world building that in this world, if you want something, you have to fight for it, and you will undoubtedly be hurt for it. So, like, yeah, getting something that's super, like, unnecessary and, like, super greedy, like a yacht, you're gonna wind up being really fucked up afterwards. And, like, you know, it might seem ridiculous that for something as simple as a library book, you have to fight for your life, basically. But I mean, when you think about that, it's actually a pretty good little message there. Like, because it's not that difficult to return a fucking library book, right? Like, if you don't return a library book on time, you have to pay a fine in some way, and that makes sense. And if you don't want to pay the fine, then you are going to have to pay in other ways, you know? You'll have to probably buy the book or whatever, you know? So, like, it's kind of similar to, like, the shopping cart test, you know? Where it's like, returning a shopping cart is easy, and the people who just don't do it are usually assholes. So, yeah. That aspect was pretty cool. I'm glad we got to meet Kelly's parents, as weird as that was. And, like, Marco and Kelly just make a great dual, like, a great pairing, even if they're not dating. They're just they're somewhere between adorable and just awesome. You know what? Yeah, Kelly and Marco remind me of the way things were with Star and Marco at the very beginning of the series. Where it's like, yeah, Kelly very much reminds me of Star pre-Magic Mastery. Because pre-Magic Mastery, Star was just as apt to hit somebody with a fucking mace as she was to hit somebody with a rainbow fist. So, like, there's a lot of similarities of the two of them being these badass ladies who use, you know, melee weapons, and yeah, I just Kelly's pretty awesome. So yeah, Marco's got himself a good friend there. Seriously? And you wouldn't think they'd come by, like, constantly, but anyways, that last one. The last one is very interesting. Yeah, even the description of the episode says that seemingly they go back to just being friends. But, I mean, it really does seem like the Blood Moon Ball, like, it only amplified what was already there. Yeah, because, wow. When did that happen, actually, now that I think about it? Wow, episode 8. And that one was only a regular episode instead of a full half-hour one. That's crazy. And it was immediately followed by Toffee coming around. Wow. And early season of... The first season of Star just... The first season of this show just had so much happen so fast. And Muberty was only episode 6. Wow. I feel like there was a... a hint of Star and Marco as early as that, because in the Muberty episode, Star was very focused on Marco. It was great. I mean, she also was very focused on Oscar at the time, but yeah. And I only remembered that Oscar exists because I saw his name in an earlier episode description here. I'm looking at the list. But yeah, the Muberty episode was pretty great too. But yeah, the Blood Moon Ball thing, I mean, it happened very early on, so it's hard to tell, but it really does feel like it only amplified what was already there. and wasn't even actually the start of everything. Yeah, from the moment that... I feel like it wasn't from the moment that they first met, but I do think it was from the moment that they first kicked Ludo's ass together. That moment was probably the moment that Star and Marco were, where their destinies started becoming entwined. So yeah, that was a fun episode. Very interesting. And I'm glad that, I noticed earlier in the episode, when they were going into, Relicor's study, I noticed the portrait of him and his presumably ex-wife there, and her face was slashed out. Which, at the time, I just took for like, oh yeah, she must have not been a great part of the family or something, or maybe Relicor's an asshole, I don't know. But I thought it was just like a clever little, or not really clever, but like just a bit of background stuff that they put in there and didn't, because they didn't really draw too much attention to it. It was just there. One of the many pieces of artwork in Relicor's study. But then they bring it back by actually showing that, no, it is important. Because Relicor has been in a very similar position to Star and Marco, and he regrets it. Like, I thought that's just a really cool thing, because, you know, the creators of the show might not have, not everyone would, like, this is not, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but not everyone would see that portrait and think it's important, or even notice any of the details about it. They'd just be like, oh, hey, a portrait, and move on. So, like, it's cool that they put that in there to set up things with Relicor, and then they paid it off later, in a way that I wasn't expecting. So, that's a thumbs up from me. So, yeah. My biggest takeaway from this set of episodes, however, is that Jana is gonna give me a fucking anxiety attack or something. How the fuck does she keeps showing up in Muty? How? Did she steal a pair of scissors at some point? Am I forgetting that? Did she meet up with Hekapu and get her own pair? Or is she just, like, finding a spell in some old Earth book to open portals between dimensions? Like, what the actual fuck is going on with Jana? I don't know. And just, I both love her showing up because it's always fun, it's always chaos, but she is so weird, and I can't deal with it. I can't. What the fuck? Oh, wow. Alright. So with that, I guess we can end out on, like, quest by stuff, right? Like, what would I grab from in there? Let's see. Presumably, I would... Let's see. Okay. I would want, like, an external hard drive for my computer that comes preloaded with, like, super high quality HD copies of every movie and TV show that I've ever reacted to or otherwise watched and enjoyed. That would be awesome. Yeah, if I could get that would be awesome. Let's see. I would want... See, now this is where it gets tricky, because the room can technically make anything. It doesn't have to be something that already exists. So, like, there's a bunch of third-party Transformers figures that I would love to have. But I'd also love to have figures that are even better than that. That have even better engineering, even better painting, even better sculpting. So, like, yeah. And there's also a lot of, like, official Hasbro toys that don't have third-party figure versions that I personally do have, like the original Hasbro versions, but I would want them to be better. So there's that. There's like Lego sets that I'd like, or maybe I just like a pit of Legos that's not an actual set, but I could just dig through there and find whatever piece I want and build whatever I want. I want power tools because I don't have enough power tools. You can never have enough power tools, but like, yeah, there's things that I want to build and I don't have all the tools necessary to build them. There's like, I'd probably actually want like a new actual computer tower that is like a solid state drive and whatnot, and is, you know, better than what I got now. More RAM, more processing power, all that sort of stuff. That'd be great. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Ooh, Magic the Gathering cards. I could get Magic the Gathering cards that I don't currently have. And I could get proxies for them, too. I could get proxy versions that have, like, alternate art. That would be awesome. Like, yeah, okay. Technically, you still have to pay for this stuff that comes out of there. Or at least they would like you to. But, I mean, do you really think the Quest Buy employees are going to stop people who do manage to make it out of there from just running with the stuff? Probably not. I do have a drawing pad for digital drawing, but like it's not a screen, it's just a pad, and I'd like one that's actually a screen, like a touch screen, so that way I can see what the fuck I'm actually drawing. Like, I don't know how I would do that, but yeah. Let's see. Anything else I would want? A new phone? A new phone would be great, because my current one's kind of, like, it's new, but it's still outdated somehow. Ooh! Again, things that don't exist. Why don't I get, like, a collapsible house in a capsule, like from Dragon Ball? That would be pretty fucking cool. I mean, if we're going capsules, we can also do a capsule that has a car in it. Having a vehicle would be great. Yeah, I'm just trying to think here. Like, I mean, at that point, just capsules full of everything, every potential resource that I could possibly want. But like, again, trying to be a little bit more realistic here. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you could get anything. Things that I could want. I mean, that's just it. Like, I don't want loads of stuff, but like, I want stuff that's fun. I don't know. Maybe just not earning those things. I feel like, I guess it would cheapen them a bit. It's like, okay, I just have this thing now. Yay. Now what? You know? Yeah. So, I don't know. I think the power tools one, I definitely would get a set of power tools from Quest Buy if I could. Magical power tools that the battery never runs out somehow. Yeah, that sounds great. Anyway, so that's my Quest Buy shopping list. At least everything I can think of off the top of my head. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the rest of this. Yeah. I'm just gonna end this one right now. This was a fun set, but a very weird set, mainly thanks to Jana, and yeah, I kind of hope she doesn't come back.